Hey guys, I'm gonna quickly go over something that I've learned today, and I thought I'd be really cool to share. This is how you make a debug menu. I could assume that you could do other stuff with it. Uh, it's very simple to make, and we'll go through the whole process, right? So first we're gonna get a microchip. You could name it anything you want. You don't have to name anything with it. Anything, honestly. We're using this as a reference because I do get confused. Alright, so let's put that up top of here, right? Alright, extend that as much as you want, matter. Okay, what you can do, let's get a controller sensor out. One of the things you absolutely want to make sure is that none of this extra stuff is on it. We don't need it. Because we won't be possessing this microchip. So, you want to put this to remote controllable because you don't want it to get possessed. And you want a selector and all this stuff up here, which I will show off, right? You want a selector. Boo to boo. You want a timer if you want. This is optional. You don't have to do that one. You want a keyframe, which you'll get under animate. Animate keyframe. I'll try not to go too fast. One of the big key things that I've learned from this is there's a lot of stuff you can do with, stuff that wasn't meant to be used in such a way, but it works so well. Dialog text box you find in the movers and outputs. You can use this right here. So we got that. All right. So let's zoom in here a little bit, right? Okay. For your debug menu or any kind of like cheat code or like anything you want the player to input, you put them on one of these things, right? I use the touchpad because it's the least used thing, and people use it for like options menu. You can put that right there. You also can have this timer. So when this starts, this will start as well, and when he presses that, this will go on. And you can have this timer. We'll put it just for the sake of it, so we don't, put it for 8 seconds, 10 seconds. It doesn't matter. However you feel. When it finishes, it's gonna go back one, right? It's gonna go back one, and let's see. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh wait, no. Does that work the same way as that? I think it might. Yeah. What do I have that one at? Oh yeah, I got that one. So when it does do that, it'll reset back. Alright. So you got this stuff. This keyframe is going to be used a bit later. Let's already have it pre-here, right? I'm going to show you. I already showed you where to get the dialog boxes, so we're just going to move these up here. And I'll go through everything that's over here. Right. Alright, okay. So here are the dialog boxes. If you make sure these are all off beforehand. If you hold L1 and press X to edit the keyframe, anything you do here is a solid keyframe, and it'll be like a switch. You can turn these on, and when these are turned on, see. And what ours is today is X, which what I've learned, and I have to fix some other stuff in my stuff, is that these could be on, but they have to be connected. Otherwise, they'll they'll go over each other. But for this, they won't. Okay. For these right here, you want to put the text opacity 0. You want to leave the you want to hide the box. You want to hide the border properties. And for this, you want to put the button that you're going to use to go to the next one, and then you want to do that for the whatever code you're going to do. The timer is here for if we don't do it in time, it'll reset and it'll go back, and the player has to input it again. So our goal is to get the player to input a command, or for debugging purposes, to get to that point right here. And I've already set this up. So here's some debug stuff that I've sort of used. Well, I guess I'm gonna spill the beans. I use in my game a bit. Reset scene, spawn block, teleport, and variable. These are really good things to have. I will be using them in my game to quickly test and fix some bugs very quickly. Instead of having to play it, myself constantly. I've played a lot. You got those, and again, dialog boxes work the same way as anything else. You'll come up to stuff like anything, honestly. But what you got to realize as well when you're doing this, this just sends a short signal. If you're looking for longer ones like timeline, this probably won't work. I assume that there's a way around this once people learn this, and it'll be really good. I think it'll be really nice. So this global settings will reset the scene, and make sure these are all on, because while they won't, while stuff like global scene and yeah, global scene is the only one that really needs to be on for this kind of tutorial. Spawn block right here. We'll go through this really quick. Basically, this is on the outputs and movers. This is where are you? This is emitter. What you want to do is you want to put this emitter in Puppet or wherever you want to put it. Well, that's actually a teleporter. What am I doing? So we got an emitter, right? Which one's the emitter? Sorry, I'm getting all confused. Spawn block right here would go in there. I'm not going to do that because I already have that. It's going to make it even more, because we're going to delete this anyways. I'm going to show you on the other side. So what this is you have a block somewhere in your Puppet, outside your Puppet, preferably in your Puppet if you're going to spawn it. You want to make this 0, make sure that the emit speed is 0, otherwise it'll just go flying. These are just, if you want to spawn 1, or you just want to spawn like 100. Personally, if you don't want lag, just spawn 1. And just make sure these are all right. My suggestion is to put this near the player to where you can see it, or wherever you're putting it at. Make sure the player sees it, otherwise, he won't know. So that's that. Also, you want to do that, and you want to target it. But remember, when you target it, the object that you're emitting will probably go with you. I'm not really sure 100% how it works, but when I was doing my level, I lost one of my balls. So just be careful about that. Alright, the next one is teleporter. Very simple. You get a tag, whatever that tag is, in the level. That tag right here, you name it something. I named it me. You can put the teleporter or whatever you want, doesn't matter. And make sure that it's the tag is me under the teleporter. And make sure these are correct if you want it to be accurate. And also make sure that when you do this, affected objects, whatever object you're trying to teleport, you definitely want to connect. The teleporter can be found alongside the emitter as well. Variables are something that have been confusing to me for a while. The only way I could describe them is it's kind of like inventory, right? You're like inventory and like pickups. People like, oh, it's a number value. Like, I'm going to try to simplify this. This is like, if you have like, 12 coins, and you want the player to keep it for the rest of the level, constantly. That's it. It's basically, think of it as the think of it as, where is it at? As the score value, except that you can use this for like tons of stuff. If you want stuff to spawn, or if you want to combine stuff. Variable modifier. These can found in logic and processing as well. It basically just it gives it the modifier gives this something. It gives it gives this a value, so it adds stuff onto it. You can have a set to set it to a certain number. You can have it get is where it looks at the number, like if you're trying to like enter a door but you need a key, you want to press get, and then if you know if it has the right number, it'll allow you in. If not, then you got to add, which you add a number and then reset. For the sake of this, this is add. Generally, you want to put that onto that one. Again, that's the microchip. This is one we worked on earlier. Timer, again, I set to 10 seconds. You know, if it goes out, then they won't be able to do it. And this keyframe, you know, make sure you have this key. This is very important. It turns on and off. It's very good. Alright. So, we also, just to show that this works, right, we want to get a text box out there too, just for the, you know, just for the sake of showing this off. Actually, number displayer. There you go. Number range. Make that really big. There you go. Play mode. Bang. Okay, we set Mars to, let's press the touchpad. X, circle X, and there it is. So we can reset scene. Which goes back. If you want to press again X, circle X. Spawn block. Obviously we messed up with the block. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's because we made everything invisible. That's right. All right. Note to self: don't make your whole puppet invisible, but it is there. Trust me. So X, circle X. Oh, don't do it too fast. Ugh. I could see. This has got to be very. Oop. It is very fidgety right now. I haven't worked out all the kinks. Obviously, you want like a button combo, like maybe up, down, or something like that. That won't interfere with one of the buttons that you're pressing. Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. I keep pressing it too fast. There you go. Okay, I keep on pressing the wrong buttons. Alright, so we got teleport, which teleported me to that area. There you go. Sorry. This is a little. It wasn't anything wrong. It's just I kept on pressing it too many times. Variable. So we got that. Yeah, that's mainly it. Let me show you that this works. Oh, that's the box, right? The issue is I made the whole character invisible, right? So it would be first person. What you do is you want to zoom into them and then make them individually invisible. There you go. X, circle X. So there you go. I have a box. You can kind of make that movable so you can actually move it around. X, circle X. We have variable. There we go. And that's mainly it. That's mainly it. This is how I got my debug menu on my my recent game. This is how I'm gonna finish it up coming soon. Ooh. I'll upload this. I'll upload this for anybody who wants to see. Anybody who's really anybody that's super interested in this. Uh, and you can like do other stuff with it too. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. This is how I made it. It's very simple. I thought this was probably the simplest thing that I could make, personally. It works so well, especially for the debug menus, I think, because you kind of modify, you kind of edit how you want. This could be as long as you want it to be. The the time thing is optional. You don't have to have a timer on it. But if you want like a certain input commands, you definitely want to do that. And yeah, um, in terms of sequence, like combos and stuff, I think this would work well too, because when you do this, you can't just press circle X, circle X. It has to be in a sequence to get to that menu right here. Um, and that's really great. That's really great. Alrighty, we will save this as debug menu. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think. Um, and I appreciate all the feedback very much, because I thought about this today before I went to bed, and I was just like, this would be really cool for people to look up and people to easily, to use, I think, because it's going to help me out a lot, and I hope it helps other people out a lot too. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.